I choose to get home after a tiring day. I still can't believe I'm here, so far away from my old home, away from Mom, and far away from my stepdad. Just remembering makes me have a stomach ache. Sometimes I wonder if killing him was really worth it. Ew! Hello and welcome back to the channel. I am Cabotsaurus Rex, and tonight we're going to be playing, what is this? Horror Romance. It is a game I found on Itch.io. It is a dating sim that is currently in progress. Right now they only have 2 chapters out, but we're going to play it. We're going to see what it's about. So if you're appreciating the moderately more than mediocre content, do me a huge favor. Take the like button and tell it has to go date Chucky, and then take the subscribe button and, I don't know, shove it into Freddy Krueger's bed naked and tied down. With that being done, we're going to get started. All right, start. Before we begin, there are some things I should tell about myself. What is my name? Cabot. My name is Cabot. My pronouns are she, her. Is this correct? Yes, this is correct. Chapter 1, Arrival at Amityville. No, stay away from me. Come here, you little whore. I said get away from me. Same dream as always. I doubt I'll ever get to sleep without nightmares. I blink and scratch my eyelids. I gotta remind myself not to sleep on a moving bus. I got a headache. And maybe a concussion for every time my head's hit the window while sleeping. I search inside my backpack for my phone. I need to know what time it is and check notifications. Cabot turns on the phone and sees 2 new messages. The first one is from Mr. Torrance. Cabot, please contact me whenever you arrive at Amityville. Everything's set up. If you want, I could come for you. That is an odd phrasing. I prefer not owing anything to my landlord just yet. Thanks for caring, but I'll go to the cafe before heading to the apartment. I gotta sort out all the purchase paperwork. Cabot slides into the next message from one new waitress, Carrie. I'm really grateful for this opportunity. I'll be at the cafe tomorrow by 7 o'clock. Thanks, Carrie. Please don't worry too much, okay? It's just a waitress gig. We'll work out in the cafe later. We spent all night inside a bus. Now I gotta get to the cafe, then the new apartment, and then unpack. My body's hurting. I'd kill for a frappuccino right now. The old owner finally retired, and after signing a never-ending contract to buy a new cafe, I've been behind bars for the last few years, and I've gone through many jobs, saving to finally get my own business. And finally, now that I'm the new owner, I feel happy. Quite accomplished. After all I've worked these past few years, having a business will definitely make things better. I stop distracting myself and grab my suitcases to go home. I choose to get home after a tiring day. I still can't believe I'm here, so far away from my old home, away from Mom, and far away from my stepdad. Just remembering makes me have a stomach ache. Sometimes I wonder if killing him was really worth it. Ew! Shit, sun's barely rising and I gotta get up early. I get out of bed, questioning my life choices. After a bit, I get up and go to my small kitchen. I open up the fridge, just a few things I got last night to eat. I've got to do some actual grocery shopping. I take a few cheese slices and some butter. I'll make a light breakfast to get to work. I quickly eat my food of cheese and butter while dressing and rush into the door, shrieking when I find my landlord right in front of me. Oh, good day to you too. Just wanted to check how my new tenant was doing. Creepy guy. I'm fine. How'd you know? I didn't. I just came to check up and you opened the door before I knocked. Oh yeah, I understand. Well, to be honest, I'm in a hurry. I've got to set everything up for the cafe's reopening. The old cafe? You bought it? Well, that's a nice surprise. I'm glad you're an entrepreneur. Does it have a new name? Yeah, it's Cafe Mortalis. Yeah, it's Cafe Mortalis. That's a nice name. Maybe I'll pass through and take a coffee later. Good luck. Yeah, thanks. I'm off now, Mr. Torrance. Gosh, I hope he doesn't. This guy gives me the chills. I finally step into the street. Before going to the cafe, I have to go to the supermarket and buy a few things that I need. As I step away from the apartment building, I start to feel something odd. That feeling of being watched. Nevertheless, when I look to my sides in search of a person, I realize there's no one in the streets. Maybe my paranoia is back. I quick walk down the street, uneasy. Thanks to the GPS, I get to the supermarket. I take everything I need, milk, almond milk, vanilla, cocoa, etc., and a treat for myself, a chocolate bar. I get out of the market with my shopping items, realize that the sun is slowly rising above the horizon. Thanks to being distracted, I didn't notice someone in front of me and bump into what feels like a brick wall. When I look up, I see a really big guy using a weird and worn-out hockey mask. I feel shivers down my spine while seeing him. He doesn't say anything. He just stares. After a bit, I realize he's not looking at me, but at the chocolate bar in my hand. Oh, I get it. He wants some. Here, have some chocolate. I left my bags on the ground. I get up, and with both my hands, I break the chocolate bar in two. Here, sharing won't kill me. The guy tilts his head, looking at the chocolate for a few seconds. He accepts and proceeds to move his hands in a paused and gentle manner. I'm surprised when I notice he's mute and quickly realize what he's saying. It's sign language. I then move my hand to answer, "You're welcome." One of the many things I learned in prison thanks to the free time. And now I'm glad I learned it in a way. Finally, I grab my things and leave the big guy behind. I get to the cafe and find someone at the doorstep. For her appearance, I knew it. She was my new waitress, Carrie. "Oh, you must be Cabot. I'm sorry, I got here too early. Should I come back later, or...?" "Don't worry. Actually, it's quite convenient. I have to set everything up and cleaning was going to take a long time. Could you take care of that?" "Yeah, right away." Carrie quickly stepped inside as I opened the door. I told her where the cleaning tools were while I went behind the bar, setting the groceries up. I grind the coffee, put the cream inside the sleeve, and set up the cups in an accessible place. I place all the pastries and desserts on the shelf next to the counter. And when I'm done, I was in front of an impeccable cafe. Carrie even placed the tablecloths on each table. Weird. Did we have any of those? Wow, quick Carrie, what a quick worker. Thank you. I guess we can open up early. "It was nothing. I'm a good cleaner. I'll change." Carrie went behind the bar and put on her apron. Meanwhile, I hung up the open sign. I'd already put the advertisement in the newspaper alongside a coupon, and I had the advantage of the cafe being right in front of a park. I come back to the bar, approaching Carrie. While I wait, I want to explain to her how we use an espresso machine. Have you ever tried one of these? "Sorry, I haven't. I've never had something like that." She almost had a heart attack when she had to say no. I just nodded. "It's easy. You don't have to worry about not knowing. It's okay. Not everyone knows about this, so let me explain." I taught Carrie the basics about coffee. Fill with water, put coffee on the portafilter, and showed her how to level up the coffee. Then I put the portafilter back and finally started the machine. Voila! Just like that. "Whoa, I thought it'd be harder." That's what she said. The machine won't be a problem. What will be hard is the service itself. Serving coffee can be easy, but it's got tricks. Now, memorize the menu and the ingredients. Clients arrive, so I tell Carrie to bring them the coffee once it's done. I get closer to the bar and notice a dark-haired, tall man. His most noteworthy feature being a metallic hand. "Welcome to Cafe Mortalis Cafe. What can I offer you?" "Hey, look at that. The old shithole's reopened. And with a hottie serving, too. Last owner looked like he got a stick up his ass." The man laughed. I don't know if I should laugh or raise an eyebrow. I didn't get to know him much. I only do coffee." That's all I'm expecting. Well, give me an Americano with whiskey." "We don't have that in our menu." "Come on, you can't have good coffee without whiskey. I ain't a pussy." "You don't have a good bottle in there?" "Here, have an alcoholic Americano." I stare for a few seconds and sigh. I look at both sides before gesturing for him to wait. He curiously looks at me while I take care of the Americano. When I'm done, I take the cup and go to the storage room. There, I open a box with my stuff. One of my faves, Jack Daniels. Sometimes on rough days, I drank half the bottle and drowned in tears until passing out. Now I'm just pouring it into coffee, measuring the quantity so it adds taste without going too far. I walked back to the bar and handed the man his coffee. There you go. A cup of Americano coffee without anything added. He goes, we don't have permission to serve alcohol. Wink, wink. He looked at me, slightly doubtful before looking at the cup. Finally, he takes it and drinks, smiling with satisfaction. Perfect. Now I know where to come for my Americano without anything added. Oh my god, I'm nasally. He laughed, quite pleased. I guess I'm still a little weak to whims. Either that or the guy just looked like an uncle who wanted a drink. Here you go, dollface. You're paying your tip. He takes my hand and puts something in it besides the pay, closing it. It's for good luck, trust me. I wouldn't want anything happening to my new favorite barista. This sounds weird and quite dangerous, so watch your back. He pats my hand and walks away, with his cup of coffee humming a tune. I look at the strange man walk away. My eyes redirect themselves to my still closed hand, doubtful. When I open it, I find the freakiest shit I've seen in years. It was a fucking dry severed finger. I was unable to tell if it was real or fake. I look at the door, without knowing what the hell all that was about. I hear Carrie approaching me, so I hurry, putting the finger in my pocket and the money in the register. Our first client! How was it? I noticed some childish happiness coming from her and couldn't help but smile. An amazing $1.25. She noticed I was kidding and laughed shyly. Ha! Good enough to retire, right? I laughed, realizing the joke's still ongoing. At that exact moment, I noticed an abrupt change in Carrie's attitude when the bell chimes once again. Before looking at the door, I look at Carrie's face. At first, she was surprised to see who'd entered, then her face changed into discomfort. Oh no, it's her. It's who? I turn around and look at the door to see who it was, while I heard Carrie running into the storage room. I just see a blonde young girl dressed in fancy branded clothing. She's got quite the unfriendly face. Her nose was wrinkled, almost as if she smelled something awful. Ugh. Another stupid town cafe. Beg pardon? I want a foam-free Trenta latte, 5 decaffeinated shots, pumpkin essence, and no foam. 208 degrees Fahrenheit. I blinked, not getting this kid's attitude. I immediately realized this is one of those rich and entitled kids. Great, my favorite kind of people to talk to. It's dangerous to serve coffee that hot. You could get burnt. I'm sorry, are you deaf? I didn't ask for advice. I asked for a coffee. Don't question and just do your damn job. I take a deep breath and grit my teeth. I'm sorry, we don't have that on the menu, and it's irresponsible to make coffee that temperature. What? How can you not have a Trenta latte? What kind of rundown cafe is this? We just opened and we don't have pumpkin essence. I don't know when we would get it. What a tragedy. Actually, the pumpkin essence is right below the counter unopened. I refuse to make her coffee. Life showed me that things are asked with respect and education, and this rich girl's got none of them. You're doing it on purpose. Do you know who I am? I'm Chanel Oberlin. My dad's the mayor. I'll make your fucking excuse of a cafe shut down. You'll end up on the street. They can shut down my cafe for not having pumpkin essence. She pierces my soul with her eyes. She doesn't appreciate my tone at all, but I just smile. You think you're so smart, huh? I'll make you regret this. She turns around, almost hitting me with her blonde hair, and walks away. Her angered heels hit the floor with each step, making her presence known. Thanks for visiting. Come back soon. Or don't. Please don't. I'm so sorry. Chanel scares me to death. I hid in the storage room. Don't worry. I can see why. I saw everything. Well, almost everything. You're so brave. She says it with admiration. I shrug it off, not taking note of it. When you've been in prison and lived what I lived, it takes more than a whimsy, entitled blonde to scare you. People can only intimidate you if you let them, Carrie. Now, come on. We gotta organize the stuff back there. We didn't get many customers, just a few, but at least Carrie and I haven't been lazy, and most of the storage room is fully organized now. Ugh, I'm a bit tired. Yeah, it's been a busy first day. Now we just gotta take the tables back in and close. I ask Carrie to please turn the sign from open to closed, and she does. She comes back with me to arrange the chairs until she remembers she left her bag in the storage room, going back for it. When I think the first day is over, I hear the door opening and the bell chiming. Someone entered the cafe. That's just my luck. I'm so lucky I got here just in time. A hot caramel macchiato with double vanilla. And don't go too small with the caramel. I raise an eyebrow looking at him, a short red-headed boy with scars on his face. This town sure is full of interesting people. Kinda looks like a doll. Or is that my imagination? He leaned on the counter and is now waiting for me to move. He doesn't seem too embarrassed to arrive at the last second to buy a coffee. Sorry, but we're closed already. Isn't he a bit too small to consume caffeine? Oh, my bad. Didn't see the sign. You're gonna serve me anyway, though, right? Client's always right. I could literally pick you up and throw you out, but I sigh and go to the bar. It's not that I think the client's always right, but after such a hard day, I don't want more trouble. Now I get why the last owner was so bitter. Making the caramel macchiato took less than I thought with the boy's indications. It looked like he isn't taking his eye off of me while I'm preparing the drink, like he's making sure it's just how he wants it. I place the coffee in front of him on the bar. His mouth changes into a big grin without looking away from me, his huge blue eyes piercing my soul. At least it seems like he likes what he sees, whatever it is he's seeing. Here you go. The redhead takes the glass and sips. A few seconds later, he nods, pleased. I feel the sugar kicking in already. Ideal for a long night. He laughs in a quite unique manner, winking at me and handing the exact amount of money. He continues drinking the coffee without moving at all, like he owns the place and time doesn't matter. Excuse me, we were closing as I was saying. Oh yeah, right, I get your hint. Don't be so grumpy or you grow wrinkles. Be ashamed to ruin such a pretty face. You whore. Don't be a whore, Chucky, don't be a whore. Well, he didn't get the paper glass hint. Wait, is the little guy flirting with me? I'm left speechless for a few seconds, which he uses to turn around and walk out the door without any worries. I found my bag. We can go. Why do you seem so tired all of a sudden? I scratch my eyelids. I probably look like shit, which is exactly how I feel at the moment. Forget it. Let's go. I'm walking back home after closing up the cafe with Carrie. The girl is really sweet, but I think she lacks courage. She reminds me of myself when I was younger. Maybe on the inside, I'm just a bit jealous of her innocence. Although I'm distracted, my senses are still keen. I can't stop feeling someone looking at me from the back. Is my paranoia back? Nah, it's not my imagination. I'm hearing footsteps. I don't want to go home with someone following. They'll know where I live, and it can only get worse from there. Why is everything happening today? I can't stand it. I'm at my goddamn limit. Although my common sense tells me I should run away, I stop walking and look behind me. As I thought, there's no one there. But after hearing someone walking behind me, I'm certain I'm not alone. I already heard you, so come out of hiding already. Stop fooling around. There was a certain movement from inside the shadows. A tall and slender silhouette gets closer and I tense up. I really want to believe it's just my imagination, but... Wow, I didn't expect you to notice my presence. Most never do if I don't want to, you know? The silhouette gets closer to the light between us, which reveals a man in a dark leather jacket, black pants, and a mask covering his face. Gotta admit, this is the first time it happens. There's always a first time. Technically, you just took away my stalking virginity. I stay quiet. I'd already had a bad day today with Chanel and that weird doll. Having an encounter with a masked freak is only making it worse. Look, I don't know what you want, but I'm not in the mood. Please leave me alone. Oh, I wish it was that easy. The masked man makes a theatrical gesture, placing one hand on his chest and the other facing me. But sadly for you, catching me by surprise has caught my attention, so no, I won't leave you alone. My eye twitches. I'm definitely about to lose patience, the little sanity I have left, and everything else. Although I can leave you for the moment in exchange for one simple question. Okay. I sigh while pinching the bridge of my nose. I really want to go back home as soon as possible, so I better just play along. All right, you win. Ask me whatever you want. Great, I'm glad you cooperate. All right, the question is, what's your favorite horror movie? Just that? This freak wants to know my favorite horror movie. I think about it before answering, but the answer is easy. I'm not really a horror movie person, so we'll go with Saw. Saw, the one with the jigsaw doll. I watch it when I'm bored. The masked man starts to laugh like he's been told a joke. Oh, what a sadist. All right, you're okay for now. I also like it. He says goodbye, still cackling. The last thing I see before he turns around is him winking at me. Okay, how did a mask wink at me? I pretend to forget about it. I better just go home before stumbling with another freak asking what's my favorite Disney movie or some shit. I keep on walking, trying not to think too much about what just happened. I'm so done with today that I just want to go home, refresh myself with a shower and sleep. I stop walking when I see a big figure obstructing the apartment building's door. The uneasy feeling returns. Please, no more freaks. Either way, when I realize he's smoking right beside my window, the doubts turn into anger. If I was already having a shit day, this is what was truly going to make me snap. Seems like the man realized my expression changed, so he stopped inhaling the smoke. Ask him to find another place to smoke. Can you smoke somewhere else? That window's beside mine and it goes into my living room. I don't like the scent of tobacco. To be honest, I wasn't kind in the slightest, but who could blame me? The last thing I need is going into my apartment and smelling someone's smoke. He doesn't answer, but does put out the cigarette against the sole of one of his heavy boots. He adjusts his mask and... Wait, why does he wear a mask? This was definitely the weirdest encounter I've had today. My door opens with a click and I enter my apartment, leaning my back on the door to close it. I sigh, relaxing. Finally at home. I'm hungry, but I don't have enough energy to prepare something to eat. I go to the kitchen and grab some cookies I bought, heading to my room and throwing myself on the bed. I feel heavier as the tension leaves my body, relaxing every muscle. What an absurdly stressful day. What kind of madmen live around here? It's like a cheap movie. I eat some cookies and fall asleep as soon as I take my pants off in bed. I open my eyes, looking around, startled. I can't recognize where I am, but it's cold. Metallic sounds from a place out of view. I get up from the ground, scanning my surroundings. I must be dreaming. I start to walk around the place. I can feel the cold, rusty metal under my feet. This feels too real. I start to doubt if this is actually a dream. Maybe it's not a dream after all. I can hear a small girl humming in the distance. I can feel shivers down my spine, but I don't feel the fear I should. I search for the voice's origin, but can't seem to find it. Instead, now I'm hearing a deep, raspy laugh. The cackling feels closer. No. This is a dream. I know it is. I can't just suddenly appear somewhere so horrifying. I can hear steps getting closer and the scraping of two metal objects growing closer. Wake up. I manage to startle myself up. Cold sweat running down my face. I look at the ceiling and let out a deep sigh. A groan leaves my mouth as I pinch the bridge of my nose. Not even a fucking night of sleep. I groan again, shifting positions. Only thing left to do is try to sleep again. But instead, my body moves forward and sits up instinctively. I heard a laugh, the same as my dreams. A horrifying man is standing in front of my bed. His scorched face looks at me, grinning. He plays with his glove with long, sharp blades at the end of each finger, all colliding with each other. You're right. Let's take a nap, shall we? The last thing I see is the shiny steel of his glove's daggers, forming a perfect arch in the air before piercing my chest. Ah! Well, we got one ending. So apparently I should have defended myself. This was cute, though. And honestly, I enjoyed the music in it. So I'm thinking we'll do more. But, happy Halloween. And I'll catch you guys in another episode. Remember, you are loved, you are important, and your feelings are valid. And yeah, we'll go through the credits. Try to get a different ending next time. How about that? Because this looks really cute. This looks fun. Thank you, Patreons, for supporting this very interesting dating sim. Freddy Krueger got me. Jelly and Kevin. All right. Bye-bye.